Pain has a way of teaching what comfort never could. It strips away the noise, the ego, the illusions, and leaves you face to face with who you really are. You might hate it while you're in it. You might curse it, run from it, numb it. But one day, you'll look back and realize that pain was the lesson. That pain was the breakthrough. That pain didn't destroy you. It built you. In this video, we're breaking down exactly why pain is the greatest teacher you'll ever have, and how to stop fearing it and start learning from it. Let's go. Pain forces you to wake up. Comfort numbs you. It lets you drift. It tells you everything's fine when it's not. Pain doesn't play that game. It shakes you awake. It grabs you by the throat and says, look around. This isn't it. Whether it's a breakup, a failure, a health scare, or a rock bottom moment, pain demands your attention. And once you stop running and actually listen to it, you start seeing what needs to change. You get honest. You get real. Most breakthroughs don't start with inspiration. They start with pain. And that's not weakness. That's the beginning of awareness. Pain reveals what actually matters when life's good. It's easy to get distracted by everything. Attention, money, ego, likes, status. But pain cuts the fluff. It makes things simple. It shows you what's actually important. The people who show up, the purpose you've been ignoring, the health you've been neglecting, the voice inside you that got buried. Pain clears the noise. And in that silence, truth shows up. You learn what's real, what's worth fighting for, what's no longer worth tolerating. Pain doesn't just hurt, it refocuses you on what matters most. Pain builds unshakable strength. You don't build strength when things are easy. You build it when things break you, and you choose not to stay broken. Every time you survive something you thought would destroy you, you gain a new layer. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Pain isn't just a teacher, it's a weight room for your soul. The reps suck, but they make you unbreakable. You learn that you can endure, that you can rebuild, that you don't need to be saved because you're stronger than you thought. Pain gives you power if you're willing to push through. Pain forces you to let go. Pain shows you what can't come with you to the next level. People, patterns, excuses. You either let go or you stay stuck. Most people don't change because they're too comfortable. Pain removes that option. So you cut it. And yes, it's hard. But on the other side of letting go, freedom. You lose what you thought you needed and gain who you were meant to be. Sometimes pain doesn't destroy your life. It just burns the part that's holding you back. Pain makes you pay attention to yourself. Pain forces you to look inward, to stop blaming, to stop distracting, to finally ask, what's really going on in me? It pulls you away from autopilot and into real introspection. You begin to hear the parts of you you've been ignoring, the insecurities, the desires, the dreams, the trauma. And yeah, it's uncomfortable, but that's the work. You can't fix what you refuse to face. Pain opens that door. It doesn't come to destroy you. It comes to expose the truth so you can finally heal. And healing starts with listening to what your pain is trying to say. Pain breaks the illusion of control. You can have a plan, a timeline, a strategy. But when pain hits, it reminds you you don't control everything. That sounds scary until you realize it's also freeing. Because the moment you accept that some things are out of your hands, you stop resisting what's happening and start responding to it. Pain humbles you, but it also sharpens you. You learn to adapt, pivot, adjust, survive. Life doesn't care about your plan, but pain will teach you how to move forward when your plan shatters. That's a skill worth mastering. Pain exposes your true support system. When you're up, everyone's around. When you're down, you find out who's real. Pain strips the room. It shows you who claps when you're winning and who stays when you're not. That truth hurts, but it's also a gift because you stop wasting energy on shallow connections. You start building your life around solid people, not just familiar ones. Pain reveals who you can call at 2 a.m., who shows up when there's nothing to gain, who listens without fixing. When life falls apart, you meet your real circle. And that's a lesson worth learning. Pain trains you to stop avoiding hard things. Pain teaches you to sit in discomfort without panicking. That's a superpower. Most people run from hard conversations, scary decisions, and difficult changes because they've never learned how to suffer well. Pain gives you that training. You stop seeing discomfort as danger. You stop flinching every time life throws a punch. You learn how to breathe through it, process it, and keep moving. You don't avoid hard things anymore, you face them. And that edge, that ability to stand tall in chaos, that's rare. That's leadership. That's growth. Pain creates compassion and depth. When you've been through real pain, you don't judge the way you used to. You don't talk down. You don't assume, because you know what it's like to hurt, to question everything, to feel lost. That pain makes you wiser and softer at the same time. You become more patient, more human. And that depth, it can't be taught in books. It's lived, earned, felt. The people who've been broken and got back up, those are the people who lead with real empathy. Pain gave them that, and it'll give it to you too. Pain shows you the cost of staying stuck. Nothing feels worse than wasting time. Pain makes that loud and clear. It shows you what happens when you stay in the wrong job, the wrong mindset, the wrong relationship too long. It gives you that gut check. Is this really how I want to live? And if you're honest, the answer is usually no. That ache you feel, that's your life calling you to move, change, grow. Pain makes staying the same hurt more than the fear of changing. And that's what finally breaks the cycle. Pain builds the blueprint for your comeback. Every comeback story starts with pain. But here's what most people miss. Pain doesn't just break you. It gives you the blueprint to rebuild. It shows you what needs healing, what you were avoiding, what you need to face. It points to the work. And when you do that work, you come back stronger, wiser, sharper. Not in spite of the pain, because of it. The best version of you is born in fire, not comfort. So don't just survive pain, learn from it. Use it. Pain is proof that you're still in the fight. If you're feeling pain, it means you're still alive, still in the ring, still fighting for something. That ache in your chest, that burn in your soul, that's not weakness. That's evidence that you still care, that you're not numb, that you still believe in better. Pain is a signal that you haven't quit. And as long as you're still feeling it, you still have something left to give. That means there's still time, still room to grow, still power in your hands. Let that pain drive you forward, not drag you down. Pain is not your enemy. It's your mirror, your compass, your teacher. It doesn't show up to destroy you. It shows up to elevate you. The question is, will you run from it? Or will you rise because of it? If this hit home, hit like, drop a comment sharing the lesson pain taught you. And send this to someone who's fighting through something right now. And if you're done hiding from the hard stuff, subscribe. We're building strength here, one truth at a time. Let pain teach you, then let it fuel you.